Okay, been a little while since I've done some puzzles on stream. So try to set a new personal best here on chess.com puzzles. Let's give her a go. Okay. Black to move. This almost looks like a Smith Mora type position. Okay. So, equal material with some tension in the center. Looks like a very straightforward position, to be honest. Now, the queen and the bishop may get disconnected. So knight a5 is the first thing that stands out to me. And then it looks like queen b5 may be forced so that white can hang on to the bishop. Because if knight a5, what else does he have other than queen b5? Like, I don't see... I mean, there's bishop f7, right? And then rook f7. And I don't see what white is getting out of that. So knight e5 just seems good to me. He can't attack my queen with the knight. So knight a5, there's like knight c6, but I just go b takes c6 and no, I'm okay there. Or I could just go knight takes c6. No, but knight takes c6 is tricky. So knight e5, knight c6. If I take on b3, he takes my queen, but his knight will be hanging at the end of that, or his bishop on d5. But yeah, that almost works for him. Yeah, knight c6. I take the queen. He takes my queen. I take here. He takes here. And I'll be up a bishop. Wait, would I be though? Knight e5, knight c6, knight takes b3. Knight takes d8. Rook takes d8. A takes b3. Yeah, I'll be up a bishop, right? And then rook takes d5. Let me just verify that again. Yeah. So I don't think that works. So knight e5, knight c6. Yeah, I can just take the queen at least. Or I could just go knight c6. I don't know. I think he has to play queen b5. And I don't think knight e6 does anything. Yeah, so queen b5. So knight e5, queen b5 seems forced. Yeah, and then a6. Knight a5, queen b5, a6. What if then knight c6? Same issue though. Then I just take his queen, a takes b5, and if knight takes d8, rook takes... d8, and I'm up a piece. So I don't know. To me, it seems very straightforward. Knight a5, queen b5, a6. Well, I'm not sure about a6, but a6. What else does he have? Or I mean, what does he have after a6? Well, wait a second. So his queen and his bishop are under attack there. There's queen c5. So there's queen c5. By the way, if after a6 bishop takes f7, that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just take and that should be fine. But yeah, so then queen c5. Knight e5, queen b5, a6, queen c5. Maybe bishop e7. Bishop e7 looks good. And I don't know how he protects that anymore. Yeah, I'm going to go knight a5. I'll be surprised if he has something here. And then, yeah, a6 looks good enough to me. I didn't even look at other methods. Like, why would this not work? I mean, a6 seems to work, but why would bishop d7 not work? There must be a reason. Because that also seems to work. I like the so I have to figure that out. Because again, a6 seems to work to me. Why would bishop d7 not also work? Maybe, I don't know if bishop b7 would be a problem. I like my a6 move though. They both seem to work. Actually, there's no, I'm confused. What's the refutation for that? Maybe he does have knight c6 there. If a6, knight c6. Or if bishop d7, knight c6. No. If a6, knight c6... No, I mean, I can just take it with the knight at least. Yeah, I don't know. What's the difference between a6 and bishop d7? Bishop d7, b7 is weak. That's the only difference I can see so far. Bishop d7, bishop takes b7. I take his queen, he takes my rook. And it's not as good, but I don't know. I don't know about that. It's got to be another reason. What's the difference? Maybe knight e6. If bishop d7, maybe knight e6. If I... No, because I could still just go bishop takes e6. What the heck is the difference? Okay, so there is a difference. If I go a6, so I mean, if I go bishop d6, no, no, so if bishop, I'm not a GM, no, nowhere close. If I go bishop d6 and then he goes queen c5 and then bishop e7, I'm fine. Now if I go a6, queen c5, and then bishop e7, I mean, I'm also, I don't see the difference, but there has to be a difference. If I go bishop d7, I'm not actually attacking his bishop. So maybe he can, I guess, yeah, so I think it is a6. So if I go bishop d7, he can just move the queen anywhere. Well, maybe not anywhere, but maybe, let's say to b2. And then I'm not hitting the bishop anymore. So that's the difference. I don't know why it took me, I don't know why that was so complicated for me. Yeah, because I'm not hitting this bishop anymore. So it's definitely a6, which was my original intention, and then I scared myself out of it. So I'm going to go a6. Yeah. And then here, my plan was bishop e7, which I will just double check. But it has to be good. Maybe you might ask, why not b6? Probably b6 is still winning, but it's not as good because we will lose the rook. But probably b6 is also winning. Yeah. You would think b6 is also winning though. But we will have a queen for a rook, which is not as good. So yeah, I'm planning still bishop e7. I don't see what he would do about that. I'm going to play it. Yeah, okay, I got it. And that's a new personal best on chess.com puzzles. I spent a lot of time just verifying everything. It took me 15 minutes, so pretty slow, but I wanted to be careful. Yeah, I'm curious to look at the b6 line, because that should also be winning. I just think it's not as good. So how do I put the engine on? Okay, so this was the start. And we'll see if the engine loads. Yeah, so for some reason here I was thinking possibly bishop d7 works, but he can just move the queen back. And yeah, he can just go back anywhere, even on this diagonal, which I didn't even think about. Yeah, that's funny. It took me so long to figure out the difference, but okay. And then after a6 and queen c5, I just want to see the eval difference between b6. Oh yeah, there's also actually there's queen f8. So he'll get full compensation actually, and then he'll take the rook, and I can't trap it. So he'll get 2 rooks for the queen. But even without that, it didn't really make sense to give up the rook when I don't have to, and I can just play bishop e7. So pretty happy about that. New personal best on chess.com puzzles. Let's just take a look. Nice looking graph. Let's say from the past year. I started doing them almost a year ago exactly. And the progress over the past 90 days. 3,066. Nice.